Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Welcome back to the Ultimate Firehose, the show where I, Jim, sacrifice my sanity so you don't have to. If you're watching this on YouTube, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. If you're catching this on X, smash that follow. It's free. It takes half a second, and it genuinely helps us keep making these episodes. All right, we are back. Drinking from the timeline of Elon Musk. And folks, this one broke me. 3 days, March 7th through the 10th, the man posted 163 times. I'm going to need you to sit down for this. 163. That is more than 2 posts per hour around the clock. Does this man sleep? Does he have an alarm that goes off every 27 minutes that says time to post? Because the math checks out. In these 3 days, he managed to wage war on the United States Senate, turn Captain Kirk into a banking spokesperson, post a photo of a rocket factory that got more likes than most countries have people, accuse the former Twitter board of being a Lord of the Rings villain, and casually coin the phrase mental rabies. You know, normal Tuesday stuff. Buckle up. This is episode 3. All right, let's start with the big one, the SAVE Act. If you missed it, Elon basically turned his entire timeline into a political action committee this week. That's fair. You beat him. You banks of the dem at the storms heat singer for your forward bringing to keep the pain of jib. You cut the pain them. Yeah, you're forward bringing to cure. You know, forward bringing to forward pre-broke. You know, normal Tuesday stuff. Buckle up. This is episode 3. All right, let's start with the big one, the SAVE Act. If you missed it, Elon basically turned his entire timeline into a political action committee this week. March 9th. He posts an image, no caption, just an image, 227,000 likes, 35,000 reposts, 16 million views. The man said nothing and still got more engagement than the Super Bowl halftime show. 5 minutes later, the words arrived, democracy without secure elections is not democracy at all. 215,000 likes. I need you to understand these numbers. This isn't a celebrity posting a selfie. This is a guy tweeting about filibuster reform and getting 200,000 likes. What timeline are we living in? And he did not let up. By Monday, he was going full scorched earth on the silent filibuster, calling it, and I quote, an outright corruption of democracy, a denial of the will of a supermajority of the people. Then he literally told his followers to call Senator Thune. Just, hey, 200 million followers, call this specific senator. And they died. Gunther Eagleman comes in hot, calling Thune a failure. The POTUS Rapid Response account drops a clip of Trump saying the only reason to vote against voter ID is because you want to cheat. 23,000 likes on that. This man is running a lobbying firm from his phone at 3 a.m. I genuinely don't know if this is democracy or performance art at this point, but the numbers are absolutely unhinged. Okay, now, this one sent me Saturday evening. Elon Musk, the richest man on the planet, owner of the platform he is posting on, compares the old Twitter leadership to Wormtongue from Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry, but the lunatic left that took over Twitter was Wormtongue to the world is genuinely one of the most unhinged things a Fortune 1 individual has ever typed with his thumbs. And it got 126,000 likes, 19 million views. For the uninitiated, Wormtongue is the slimy little advisor who whispers poison into King Theoden's ear until Gandalf shows up and breaks the spell. So in Elon's metaphor, he is Gandalf. I think he bought the platform to break the spell. That's the read here. And then he drops. Firing Jack was the final straw. He was the last bulwark. Now Brett Taylor is chair of OpenAI. So the old Twitter villain moved to OpenAI. The plot thickens. This is a cinematic universe at this point. The thread just kept going. Great. Common sense. 194,000 likes on one of those. Robert Malone showed up. ALX asked if OpenAI would ban a sitting president if they hurt their feelings. I swear, Elon's timeline reads like a Marvel movie written by a political science dropout, and I cannot look away. Now let's talk about what Elon is actually selling this week, because, brother, he is selling Grok Imagine, the AI video generator. He mentioned it approximately 9,000 times in 3 days. This is just Grok Imagine 1.0. V1.5 is a major upgrade. Okay, so you're hyping the next version of the thing you're currently hyping? That's like a restaurant putting up a sign that says, wait till you try the food we're making next year. But somehow 22,000 people liked it. Then he shares a generated video. Caption, that's what he said. 146,000 likes. 23 million views on what is essentially a product demo. This man could sell ice to Eskimos. Actually, no, he could sell a tweet about ice to Eskimos. The extend video feature was the real push. You can make a whole story. And sure enough, the entire X ecosystem went bananas. People were making holodeck simulations, 6-word prompt masterpieces, AI films. But my absolute favorite, Nikita Beer, legend, dragged all his tax documents into Grok and said, and I quote, "Figure it out. Don't have the time for this anymore." 18,000 likes. My man is outsourcing his taxes to an AI chatbot, and everyone is like, yeah, that tracks. Meanwhile, someone is using Grok to review every single EU regulation, one at a time. Keep or delete. There are 149,000 of them. They've done 21 so far. Godspeed. Oh, an XAI turned 3 this week. 3 years old. A toddler. A toddler that built a 1 gigawatt data center in Memphis and is beating everyone on AI leaderboards. Normal toddler stuff. Okay, I need to calm down for a second because this next one is actually incredible. Late Sunday night, Elon posted a photo. Real picture of Starbase TX. 206,000 likes. 25 million views. Let me explain why this broke my brain. It's a photograph of a building, and it got more engagement than most artists get on their entire career's worth of content. But when you look at the photo, honestly, it looks like a screenshot from a video game. It looks like someone booted up a space simulator and took a screenshot of the final level. But no, it's real. It's in Texas, and they're building rockets there. Every day. True, Elon replied to himself. 33,000 more likes for the word true. I've spent hours crafting tweets that get 3 likes. 3. This man types 4 letters and gets 33,000. In the same breath, SpaceX launched a Falcon 9, landed it on a drone ship called a shortfall of gravitas, which honestly is the most Elon name for anything ever, deployed a satellite, and launched 25 Starlink birds from California. The NASA administrator is talking about getting back to the moon. And it's just another Tuesday on Elon's timeline, wedged between a rant about voter ID and a Grok product demo. This is the world we live in now. All right, deep breath, because Elon went to some place this week on crime. Saturday, either incarcerate or innocent people suffer. Okay, strong take. 108,000 likes, 48 million views. That's like the population of Spain looked at this tweet. But Monday morning? Well, Monday morning, he really went for it. If someone has mental rabies, they must be contained or killed, or they will keep hurting and killing innocent people. Mental rabies. He coined a whole new term. 110,000 people liked it. 13 million views. Mental rabies is now in the lexicon. It's going to end up in a dictionary. Merriam-Webster is going to have to hold a meeting about this. Then came the real spicy one. Being used as a footstool by a homicidal maniac probably didn't change that libtard suicidal empathy views at all. Death of the West is what they all want. 83,000 likes. I don't even know what to say about this one. He's just out here swinging. The Bukele clip was floating around too. The president of El Salvador doing his thing. What about the human rights of the women who don't want to be raped? 30,000 likes. Drew Pavlou dropped a 52-minute investigation into Australian disability fraud. 24,000 likes. Elon amplified all of it. I'm telling you, the crime segment of Elon's timeline is like if a police scanner gained sentience and got a Twitter account. It never stops. And now for my absolute favorite subplot of the week, X money. And I'm going to need you to brace yourself for this one. William Shatner, Captain James Tiberius Kirk of the USS Enterprise, 94 years old, he bought ice cream with X money, and he could not contain his excitement. This may very well be the first ice cream bought on X money, and it was free because of the welcome gift of $25. Captain Kirk is out here buying ice cream with tweet bucks and bragging about it. This is peak 2026. We have arrived. But wait, there's more. He's going on about 6% yearly interest, a virtual debit card, a physical metal card that you order. William Shatner is doing unboxing content for a social media debit card. I am losing my mind. And then Elon drops the bomb. X Money early public access will launch next month. Next month. The Everything app is actually becoming everything. You're going to doom scroll and do your banking on the same app. Your retirement savings are going to be 3 swipes away from your For You page. What could possibly go wrong? I genuinely don't know if we're witnessing the birth of a financial revolution or the most elaborate bit in human history. But Captain Kirk is all in, and honestly, so am I. Back to the Elon industrial complex. Cybertruck is way more awesome than people realize. 159,000 likes, 35 million views. Now look, I have opinions about the Cybertruck. It looks like a PS1 render of a truck that someone accidentally shipped. But 159,000 people smashed the like button, so what do I know? Tesla will be #1 in more states over time. 91,000 likes, 42 million views, a tweet, about car sales by state. Got 42 million views. I write jokes for a living, and I have never in my entire career gotten 42 million people to look at anything I've done. But the real jaw dropper? China is rapidly reducing dependence on oil. 114,000 likes, 66 million views. That's the most viewed post of the entire week. 66 million people stopped scrolling to read Elon Musk's take on Chinese energy policy. I mean, good for China, I guess. But 66 million? China. Meanwhile, the boring company's Prufrock 2 drill emerged from the earth like some kind of mechanical sandworm. 2.28 miles of tunnel, 68,000 cubic yards of dirt, 825 horsepower of conveyor belt. And Tesla Japan announced Powerwall 3 is coming to Japan. The man has companies the way other people have browser tabs. Too many, all running at once. And he can't close any of them. Meanwhile, the boring company's Prufrock 2 drill emerged from the earth like some kind of mechanical sandworm. 2.28 miles of tunnel, 68,000 cubic yards of dirt, 825 horsepower of conveyor belt. And Tesla Japan announced Powerwall 3 is coming to Japan. The man has companies the way other people have browser tabs. Too many, all running at once. And he can't close any of them. He sighed about the results, literally posted, sigh, then one day, which means the answer to the ad question was probably not great. But he posted it anyway. He's crowdsourcing his disappointment. He also announced another peak usage record for X. Articles are growing fast. A Grok summary feature is coming. The man is iterating on a social media platform live in front of the entire world, one tweet at a time. Eric Jorgensen posted something wholesome about watching SpaceX rockets land and riding in self-driving Teslas. The future is bright for humanity. And you know what? After reading 163 Elon posts in 3 days, I need that optimism. I really do. And finally, the AI corner, where Elon gets philosophical. Well, philosophical for a guy who names his AI model Grok 4.20, giving people Agentic AI be like, with some meme attached. 114,000 likes, 48 million views. I don't even know what meme it was, but 48 million people saw it and were like, yeah, that's about right. Then he goes deep. I use this analogy a lot. This is what a room full of computers looked like in old times. He posted a picture of a room full of humans doing calculations by hand, because that's what computer used to mean. A person, 175,000 likes, 35 million views. A follow-up image, 108,000 likes. Back-to-back philosophical posts about the nature of computation and both got more engagement than the Oscars. Dwarkesh Patel brought up Gutenberg going bankrupt right after inventing the printing press. Toby Lutke from Shopify called it good advice. The intellectual corner of Elon's timeline is honestly pretty interesting when it's not surrounded by takes about mental rabies. Grok 4.20 is hilarious, he said, sharing a chat link. He also announced you can build your own AI agents with Grok. The man really said, here's AGI, make it funny, and also you can customize it. We're cooked, folks, absolutely cooked, in the best way possible. Maybe. So there you have it, 3 days, 163 posts, one man, an ungodly amount of engagement. He lobbied the Senate. He turned Captain Kirk into a fintech influencer. He posted a photo of a rocket base that looked like a video game and 200,000 people lost their minds. He pushed AI video generators into the mainstream. He coined the term mental rabies. He celebrated tunnel drills and Cybertrucks. He called old Twitter leadership Wormtongue. And he asked 200 million people if they've ever clicked on an ad and was sad about the answer. 3 days. This has been the Ultimate Firehose Episode 3. I'm Jim. I'm exhausted. My brain is mush. And I'll see you next week when we do this all over again. Because he's not going to stop posting. He's never going to stop posting. None of us are free. Peace.